looks so small when she's outside. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Claire and Rags, and are you thinking of letting your cat out for the first time? Well, don't worry if you are. Rags and I are here with some advice and tips on how to let your cat out for the first time and make sure that they find it a good experience as well as you. Now, one of the most important things to remember is to make sure that your cat is either microchipped or has a collar with identification on it. If your cat goes out for the first time and gets spooked by something, they could run off and get themselves lost. If they're microchipped or have a tag on them, someone may find them and be able to bring them back safely to you. Now, this is a good idea anyway, even if you don't let your cat out anyway. It's good to get them microchipped just in case they do get out and do get themselves lost. Your vet can do it, and it's really easy to set up, and it really is good for peace of mind. Now, timing is very important when letting your cat out for the first time. Whether you've adopted a new cat or you've moved home, it's best to keep them in for between 2 and 3 weeks so they get used to the environment of a new home, so they'll see that your home as a source of food, comfort and family. Now, if it's kittens you're letting out, you need to make sure they are at least 6 months old, they've been neutered and they've been microchipped. But if you're letting out an older cat, like I said, leave it between 2 and 3 weeks, maybe even a month before you let them out. This just makes sure that they don't associate home with their previous home, but the one that they're in now. This means that they are far more likely to return if they go walkabouts. Now, whilst you're keeping your cats in for this time, it's very likely they're going to get bored and a bit frustrated. So make sure you have a lot of toys for them, a lot of games, and you schedule a lot of playtime with them. Give them a lot of attention. This will also help them realise that where they are is their home. If you want, try our cat music or cat TV while they're stuck inside. This will keep them entertained and nice and chilled out. Now, your cat's first visit to the outside world should be supervised. It should be you and your cat in your garden, and try it on a day that the weather's quite nice and you're able to be in all day. Now, if you let your cat out on their own, it's possible they might get a bit spooked. You being there helps them feel a little bit more secure. Now, when you do let them out, if they do jump into the bushes or into the shrubbery, don't worry, that's completely normal, and it's just their way of putting themselves in a safe environment while they're outside somewhere that they're not used to. Now, make sure you are out there with your cat the entire time and that you have the door open to go back into the house, just in case they feel the need to flee back in. If they try and escape from, well, Ragsy got scared by a giant pigeon. If they're scared of a giant pigeon, they want to know that they can go back into somewhere that is safe. Now, whilst you're out in the garden with yourself, you don't really need to keep an eagle eye on your cats too much. You can busy yourself with some gardening or sit out there and have a brew. Just let your cat sniff around and explore and get to grips with their new environment. Now, do this for between 30 and 60 minutes and repeat it the next few days so your cat gets used to being outside in the garden. Now, obviously, if you live on a busy street, you don't want to let your cat out on the side of the house where there is a main road or anything like that. If you have a back garden or a front garden that's relatively quiet, this is the best place to first introduce your cat into the outside world. Now, what's one way to guarantee that your cat's going to come back? Keep them hungry, of course. Cats' lives revolve around food, I'm sure of it. So if you let your cat out for the first time just before a scheduled meal time, you can almost guarantee that they're not going to run off or go hide somewhere. They will definitely know where their food comes from, so they won't go wandering too far and they're less likely to go running off. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found these tips useful. Now, if you've got any additional tips around letting your cat out for the first time, please share them in the comment section below. Rags and I love hearing and reading your advice. Now, do you want to learn how you can win a Relax My Cat t-shirt? Of course you do. Just head on over to the community page on our YouTube channel. We often post up questions there where you can win a Relax My Cat t-shirt. It's really great, really fun, and we love talking to you guys over there. Thanks again, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notifications button to make sure you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks again, and Rags and I will see you in our next video. Bye!